All right. Today I'm here with another arch bridge, my favorite things in the state of Kansas. This is a tall one. Like most of them now, we can see they've reinforced the abutments on the bottom to minimize the washing out, because this one is I have a date on this one. This is a William Sharp bridge, who built most of these bridges. Mr. Sharp did, his company. And this is a 1917 date on this one. He was in business in the 1890s through the early 1900s. He built bridges for quite a while. And his specialty was stone arch bridges. I mean, Cali County, we have plenty of good native limestone down here to work with. And it was an abundance of having what's available and having a workforce available to do it. And so, hence we have quite a few stone arch bridges here in Cali County. Today I'm here about Dewar's. This Dewar's made it to the top. It was in the top 5. I don't remember the exact position, maybe 2 or 3 of Whisky Advocate's Whiskeys of the Year this year, 2019. This is the Dewar's 21 375 small batch. It's a double aged. It only comes in 375s. 21-year-old blended Scotch whiskey. Now, give me just a second. Ooh, there's a little bit of muddy spot there. We don't want to get it in the mud. Let's go ahead and get it poured. So, I've really liked this stuff. It's only been open a week. Not even that, it's only been open 3 days. And I could finish the bottle in a night easy if I wanted to, but we don't do that because it's bad for our liver and bad for our health. So, a couple of drams a night is what we limit ourselves to. Last night I had 2 more drams. So anyway, we're gonna let that set because it's got 21 years. There's no way I'm gonna be able to let it set for the 21 minutes, 1 minute per, and do this within a timely fashion for you guys. But I've had it enough to know what I'm looking for and what I expect. It does oxidize well in the glass, so that 21 minutes just even enhances the flavors more. This is a Dewar's Blended Scotch Whiskey. It only comes in 375s, by the way. They do have a 23 and a 25, I think it is, or 27, something like that. I've only seen the 21. This just came in our area. I've seen it about a month ago, and I finally bought one. And anyway, 4-stage. Let me read a little bit about it to you. 4-stage aging, finished in Oloroso sherry casks. Stephanie McLeod's the blender. 21 years, of course. It's called Double, aged for ultimate smoothness. Distilled, bottled in Scotland, product of Scotland. Call it a small batch bottling. 46%, I don't know if I said that, probably did, 46% alcohol by volume. Again, finished in Oloroso sherry casks. Let me get the back of the box, because it has a lot of fun stuff on it too. So we start with stage 1, single grain whiskeys aged in oak cask. Single malt whiskeys aged in oak casks. Stage 2, grain whiskeys blended and aged in oak casks. Malt whiskeys blended and aged in oak casks. So we start off with each one being blended and aged in its own cask. Now we have a commingling on the second stage, where each is still separate malt from grain, but they're still commingled within themselves. Then on stage 3, we have a commingling of grain and malt whiskeys blended in aged oak casks. Then for stage 4, this meticulously blended whiskey is finally aged in sherry casks. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I've watched a couple of reviews by a couple of people. Both of them thought it was good, but not that great. I want to differ with them a bit, because as far as blended Scotch whiskeys goes, this is up there with some really, really good stuff, in my opinion. And if I ever get a chance to see the other offerings, I will definitely purchase them and do this too, because this is impressive enough at this age, 21. So anyway, I'm jumping ahead. So anyway, this was inspired by a process created in 1901 by A.J. Cameron, Dewar's first master blender, 1890 to 1928. All right. I know we've not had enough time. I'm going to be brutally honest. It's only been sitting in this glass about 3 minutes. But nobody wants to watch a 30-minute video. Right off. Nice fresh apples, believe it or not. Them fresh apples, they go into raisins, into prunes, into plums. Dried raisins, dried prunes and plums, or a little bit of apricot in there I get. Definitely apricot. It's windy out still, Kansas. I'm just nicely on the back side of this bridge embankment, which is abutment, which is our bridge side, whatever you want to call it, blocking the wind. Oh, but the dried raisin in here is ever so beautiful. And it still maintains a slight malty character that's coming through. But it isn't a hay or a grassy malty character. It's not to me. It's but it's just a nice maltiness that's there. And leather. There's the leather. Because I got leather last night, like out of this world. And that just takes more time to develop. And the leather's just starting to show up. It gives you a very nice leather note to it. And there's a little tobacco note in here as well. Think of your grandpa smoking his pipe. And it all is just works so harmoniously together. But the leather and the tobacco develop more with time in the glass. Because right about now, I think we're working on about 5 minutes in glass. It is wonderful. It's the only way I can pay. I really enjoy this. And it's $49.99 for this, and that's pretty much everywhere. I've seen it 3 different places, and it was the same price at all 3. Nice, oily, very viscous. Sorry, I'm just enjoying the moment. There's that apricot again. The raisins, dried fruits, dark dried fruits. That wonderful apricot. There's the leather. Long finish. I can tell you this finish will hang around for a while. It is so well balanced. There's honey now. Think of old honey, just old rich honey. Nice, gentle honey sweetness just layering, oily, very, very saturating mouthfeel. It's starting to fade now, but that's the up front on the mouthfeel. But it's still there. I just had a sip, and it's still just clinging. And yet, tucked in there is vanillas from them grain whiskeys. And I'm sure a certain amount of bourbon cask usage. The vanillas are just nestled right in there. And the maltiness, just that malty layer is so subtle yet encompassing, and it just backs up. It just lays down the track for everything that is coming along after it. And it stays in the background. It's like if you're playing guitar and you're playing an old Telecaster with the old single coil pickup, or even a P90 pickup, and that hum that just lays in the background that you hear from them P90s, and if you like that kind of music, you're going to really enjoy that hum that lies down in there. And it just builds like that. I know that's a crazy analogy, but you just got to bear with me on this. This is an experience, guys. This is not just, I thoroughly enjoy this. This is going to take a while. And you guys can hear me pattering on and on and on. Leathers are there still in the palate. That apricot note. Them dried fruits in there. Maybe ever so little bit of an orange pith laying around back there. Oh. And then the honey sweetness with a malty note way down deep just keeps backing it up. And it just so balanced. So complete. This is getting one of my highest scores of a whiskey. But this is a blend. We got to keep it in mind. This is a blended whiskey. This is 95. For me, this is a 95 out of 100. I know other people's marks didn't go so high. And I kind of at first opened it and I was a little jaded. I was set my expectations a little lower because of what I had watched for other reviewers. It really talks to me. I really enjoy this one. And there's still just a little bit of that creamy mouthfeel still just going on right now as we speak. I've went on long enough. We know I like it. So remember, the spirit in your glass ain't running from you. Take your time, sip it, enjoy it. You'll be better for it, as will we all. On this beautiful Kansas day, and one of the highest arch bridges we've got over these little creeks. Honestly, this is one of the highest ones I've been across. I can't think of anyone that's quite as high. There is another arch, but it's buried in the dirt over there on the other side, where over time this has grown and silted in. But there is another arch over there. It's just past, and it kind of drops into where a little creek used to flow through, but it's just all silted in by this point. Said enough. Everyone have a great evening. I'm going to finish this and I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm not going to drink it all right now. It's going to just kind of, I'm going to walk back and forth, look at the creek, and enjoy my moment with it. So remember, I've already said it again. I'm not going to say it again. Just everyone have a good evening. I'll talk to you later.